It's 2 a.m. and a company's screens go dark, files locked, a ransom note on every monitor. Whether this becomes a company-ending disaster or just a bad Tuesday comes down to one thing. Did they have a plan before it happened? That plan has a name, the NIST Cybersecurity Framework, the playbook governments and companies around the world use to manage cyber risk. In this video, the 6 functions that make it work. Welcome back. So far, we've covered specific controls, general controls, application controls. But an organization needs more than a pile of controls. It needs a framework that organizes them into a strategy. That's what the NIST Cybersecurity Framework gives you. I'm Professor Lamptey. Here's the plan, what the framework is, and its 6 core functions, the full life cycle of managing cyber risk, which will follow through one company facing one attack. Let's define it. Write this down. The NIST Cybersecurity Framework is a voluntary framework published by the U.S. National Institute of Standards and Technology that gives any organization a common structure to manage and reduce cybersecurity risk. 2 things to stress. It's voluntary and flexible, not a rigid checklist of rules, but a common language a tiny startup and a global bank can both use. And it was updated in 2024 to version 2.0, the current one, an update that matters, as you'll see in a moment. At its heart, the framework is 6 functions. Think of them as the full life cycle of cyber risk. 5 of them form a ring: identify, protect, detect, respond, and recover. And in version 2.0, a 6th function was added at the very center, touching all the others: govern. Govern, identify, protect, detect, respond, recover. That new center, govern, is the single most important thing to know about the 2.0 update and a favorite on the exam. Let's walk each one, following one company through one attack. Before any attack, 2 functions set the stage. Govern, the new one, is leadership's job. The board and executives decide the cyber strategy, set the policies, assign the roles, and treat cybersecurity as a top-level business risk, right alongside finance. For our company, that means naming someone accountable and funding a real security program. Then identify. You can't protect what you don't know you have. The company catalogs its assets and its risks, its servers, its customer database, its most valuable data. Lead, then know. That's the foundation. Function 3, protect. The safeguards that keep the bad thing from happening. For our company, multi-factor authentication. So a stolen password alone isn't enough. Access controls on the customer database. Security awareness training so staff can spot phishing. Encryption, and regular tested backups. Notice these are the very controls we covered in the last videos: access, change management, backups. Protect is where all those specific controls live inside the bigger framework. Function 4, detect. Because no defense is perfect, you must be able to see an attack in progress. Monitoring, logging, and alerts that flag the unusual. And here's our 2 a.m. moment. An employee clicked a phishing email, and an attacker logged in from another country. The company's monitoring catches that impossible login instantly. Detection is the difference between catching an intruder in minutes or discovering them months later after the damage is done. The last 2 functions handle the crisis. Respond. Contain the damage and follow the incident plan. Isolate the infected machine, cut off the attacker, and notify the right people. Because our company planned this in advance, it's a calm checklist, not panic. Then recover. Restore operations and learn. Wipe the affected systems, restore from those clean backups, and strengthen the defenses so it can't happen the same way twice. Respond stops the bleeding. Recover gets you back on your feet and smarter than before. Step back and see the whole shape. Before an attack, govern sets the strategy. Identify maps the risks. Protect builds the defenses. During, detect spots it. Respond contains it. After, recover restores and learns. And govern sits over all of it all the time. That's the genius of the framework. It isn't a list of tools, it's a complete life cycle. Any organization, any size, can use these 6 words to know exactly where their cybersecurity is strong and where it's exposed. Why does this matter for you? The NIST framework is the common language of cybersecurity. Regulators, auditors, and companies worldwide organize their security around these 6 functions. On the ISC exam, know the 6 by name and what each does. And remember that govern is the function added in version 2.0. Master these 6 words and you can look at any organization and instantly ask the right questions. Do they govern it? Do they know their assets? Can they protect, detect, respond, and recover? That's how a professional thinks about cyber risk. 60-second recap. The NIST Cybersecurity Framework is a flexible, common structure for managing cyber risk, built on 6 functions: govern, identify, protect, detect, respond, and recover, with govern new in version 2.0 and sitting at the center. Before, during, and after an attack, those 6 cover the whole life cycle. If that made the framework click, subscribe. Next, we look at the privacy and data security standards that put rules around the data itself. I'll see you there.